Barista Pro. Let's talk about it, shall we? If you have clicked on this video and you've read the title of the video, you already know what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be doing a quick little unboxing of the Breville Barista Pro. I'm going to run through some of the components of the machine and then some features, and then we're going to pull a shot together and make a drink. And it's going to probably be a disaster, but I figured if it's a disaster, at least it's a disaster together. You know what I mean? At least we're in this together. And we can only go up from here. So let's get into it, shall we? Just drinking a little coffee while we make a little coffee, you know, because you can never have too much coffee. Am I right? Am I right? So the Breville Barista Pro, as opposed to the Breville Barista Express that everybody gets. I like to be different, so I had to get the Pro, you know? I am gonna be looking at my little pamphlet so I can run you guys through everything that's going on here. So starting at the top, we have our bean hopper. Pop this little puppy up, pour your beans in, and you're good to go. This is the only thing that doesn't already come like intact in the box. It's really easy to put on, like so easy. I'm not even gonna like show you guys because it's just like, it says turn to lock. So just, you're good to go. Next, we have in here, underneath this, we have the Conical Burr grinder. This machine does have a grinder in it, so you don't need an external grinder, which is like exactly why I got it, because your girl does not need to be spending another $500 on a grinder if this one's gonna work. And the reviews are pretty good on this, so I trust it. The reason I did end up getting the Pro over the Breville Barista Express was because of the grind ability. So there's more grind settings on this one than there are on the Express, which just kind of like helps you dial in the grind a little bit more finely, and in turn pulls a better shot usually. So moving on, we have, as I mentioned, the grind setting selector. So you just turn this, and on the LED display it will tell you how big the grind is. So the numbers go up, your grind size gets bigger, the numbers go down, the grind size gets smaller, finer. Then we have our power button. So we'll talk a little bit about that with the features. Then we have, what do we have next? We have our removable tamper. So here's the tamper that comes with the machine, and it just stores magnetically up here, which is so dope. Then we have our grinder outlet right here. So we just shove the portafilter in there, and you press in here with it to start the grind. And you can press in and you can pause the grind, which is really cool. It gives you an ability to like shake it a little bit if you need, and make sure there's no gaps in the portafilter. So this is where the grounds come out, and then this is also the little basket that holds anything you want in place right here, which is awesome. Then we have our portafilter. Yeah, we have our 54mm stainless steel portafilter that comes with it. We have our storage tray, which is really cool. You can store all of the other little gadgets they give you back here behind the drip tray, which I love. Then we have, of course, the drip tray. We have the drip tray grid or whatever. And then these two things, I'm doing this from such a bad angle. These two things just like hook together, so you can pull them out together and put them in together. There is a little thing in here that will float up and tell you when this is full and needs to be drained, but you also can just look with your eyes. Moving on to the other side, we have our removable water tank. Super easy to get in and out, holds 2 liters of water. I love it, I adore it. I have water in there right now. So let me just show you how easy it is to put some water in. So this is the filtered water that I use to make coffee, and I literally just leave it in here and just pour it in like this. That easy. So now we're good to go for a while with some water, and then we just plop that back. We have this steam dial over here. So forward is steam and back is hot water. The hot water spout is right next to the group head right here. So when you're brewing a shot, you can just leave the cup right here and then turn on the hot water spout and it will instantly give you hot water right into your cup if you want to make like an Americano or something. The LED display, we have the control panel, which we'll kind of talk about as we use it. Then we have the steam wand, group head, designated hot water filter or outlet, as I said. And then there's like a tall cup clearance here, so you can fit a pretty tall cup. And that is pretty much it. Let's talk a little bit about the accessories that came with this, and then we'll talk about the features, and then we'll make a drink. Okay, so the accessories are this stainless steel milk jug where you steam your milk in. We have a 1 cup dual wall filter basket. We have a 2 cup dual wall filter basket. Those are to be used when you are using already pre-ground coffee, which I don't think you will be doing a lot because you have a grinder in the machine. So unless you prefer that, you won't really be using those. You will, however, be using these single wall filters. So there is a 2 cup single wall filter and a 1 cup single wall filter. If you want to be pulling a double shot like most baristas do in a coffee shop, you will be using the 2 cup filter basket single wall, which is what I have in my Portafilter at the moment. So another thing that comes with this is a water filter, which I already have in my water jug back here. There is instructions on how to put that in here, but it's really, really easy, like really easy. So a couple of the features that I really love are the thermojet heating system. So basically, after I push power here, this thing will be ready to go in 3 seconds. Now that's not to say that you can start pulling a shot in 3 seconds, because there are a series of things that need to be done before you do that. But in theory, it is ready to start going in 3 seconds. And you will see, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready! That's awesome, and I love it, and it's time saving, and that is exactly what we need. Then the Conical Burr grinder, I've read tons of reviews on this, and it seems to be a really good grinder, so I'm really happy about it, and it comes in this machine, and typically a grinder of this quality can cost as much as this entire machine, so I'm really happy about that. The adjustable grind settings, you can adjust them here, 1 through 30, and you can also adjust them internally. So you can take this off and adjust it inside, and I will have a whole nother video on that process later. There is a couple other things that aren't as important to me, and I'll just list them. There's adjustable grind amount, which is where you turn this dial to tell how many seconds you want the coffee to come out in order to know how much coffee you have. But I weigh my Portafilter before and after the grinds are in, so the timing is a little bit less relevant to me. It is important if you want to kind of like keep it consistent and do any like settings and like make sure that everything is the same every time, if that makes sense. Hands-free grinding, so you can put the Portafilter in the grind basket and just leave it. And if you have 15 seconds on here, it will go for 15 seconds and then it will stop. And then there's a dry puck feature where it like removes excess water from the puck after it's done brewing. And so disposal of the puck afterwards is really easy. So that's kind of all of the features that are worth noting. And then let's just pull a shot. I have pulled a couple shots before this, not successfully, so I don't think I'm at the right grind setting at the moment, so we can go through the process of figuring out the grind setting together. So I want to walk through a couple of the things that you will be needing to pull a good shot and make a good drink in addition to what comes with this machine. So as you saw before, I put filtered water in my water thing, basket, jug, whatever it's called. I have a knock box here for the puck after I am done brewing, so that I don't have to like mess with the sink and water and all that. I have a tamping mat right here. This is not necessary. You can just use a towel or a paper towel or anything like that. I just have one here. It's not necessary. A scale, however, in my opinion, is necessary. This is a normal food scale that I just had. And cups. That is the only extra. Oh, silly. And I don't know what this is called. I'll be putting it on the screen right here. I think it is like a leveler an evener. I don't know what it is. I'm so sorry, I don't know what this is called. But what it does, after the coffee grounds are in here, you put it here and give it a little spin, and it will even out the bed for you before you tamp it. It's really important to make sure that your bed of grounds is super even before you tamp it and after, so that you have an even pull. Does that make sense? Let's just get into it. You know, I'm not a professional, so you know, let's just see if we can do this. Shall we? Shall we? I'm gonna talk through the process really quick so you can understand while I'm doing it. So, step 1, warm up the portafilter. I'm gonna put it in the group head, pull a blind single shot into my cup to actually warm my cup up as well. While I'm doing that, I'll put water in this and I'll put it in the microwave just to warm it up. Because I like my coffee warm and hot and delicious. All right. All the meanwhile, my milk that I will be using in my cappuccino that I will be making is in the fridge staying cold. Now, some people put this in the fridge or freezer too, and I don't, so that's that. After I pull the blind shot, warm this up, I will dry my basket, my portafilter. I will then weigh my portafilter to zero it out. Start my grind. I will get about 17 to 18 grams of coffee in here. And I'll pull a shot, I'll weigh my shot, I'll time my shot, and I'll see if I'm happy with it. I'll taste my shot, and if it's good, then we'll make a drink with it. If it's not, we'll adjust the grind size and do everything else the same. Here we go! Alright, so my portafilter is warm and also clean. You can see in this cup of a blind shot, it's a little bit muddy and foggy and not clear, so it was obviously not super clean. I'm gonna pour that out. This is warmed up water, so it is now keeping my cup nice and warm. Making sure that my portafilter is really, really dry. Getting all the water out. I am now going to weigh it on my scale, zero it out. All right, we are zeroed out. Now let's put some coffee in it. So I'm gonna stop it right now and just kind of tap the side and help everything settle in. Stopping it again, kind of evening them out. Let's see, I believe this is gonna be around 17, 15. All right, so I'm gonna come over here to my tamping station where I have a rubber mat so it's safer, and I'm just gonna tap it down, kind of making those grounds go a little bit, settle a little bit into the portafilter, into the basket. Okay, a couple more seconds there, and we have 18 grams. I'm gonna try to pull 17 grams. So I'm gonna take a little bit off. Try not to waste too much. All right, here I have 17 grams. Same thing, I'm gonna bang it down a little. And then I'm gonna use this thing that I've never used and I don't know how to use. Let's try it. All right. Oh my God, I don't know how this is gonna work. What? It is like so smooth. What the heck? Alright, this is awesome. Alright, now I'm gonna tamp it. There's a bunch of discussion on how hard to tamp. I don't know, I tamp as hard as I want to tamp. About that hard. Give it a little spin at the end. Then I go over to the sink and I blow it off a little. Alright, baby! Alright, so my goal here is to get about 36 grams out in about 25 to 30 seconds. Okay? That's the goal. Will we get it? I don't know. We will see. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna press this double shot. Everything's good. I'm zeroed out over here. And here we go. Wow, this thing is fun. All right, so I kind of want it to start coming out at like 8 to 9 seconds. So that's like pre-infusion. Oh, that was really bad. Okay, so it splurted out on the left side, like hard, like really aggressively. Now it's getting a little bit uneven. All right, we are at 25 seconds, 30 grams, 31 grams, 33 grams, 34 grams, 35 grams, 36 grams, 37 grams, 30 seconds, 40 grams. So, wow, look how pretty it is though. Zoom in on that. Oh my God. Even though it went everywhere, look how pretty this is. That is gorgeous. Look at that, oh, that is gorgeous. Stop. So, it did pull about a double shot of espresso according to the shot glass. It splurted out really aggressively at the beginning, which we don't like, and it pulled too much. I yielded too much. So, I'm thinking I want to make the grind size ever so slightly finer. And then if it's pulled the right amount this time, I will stop the brewing process. And we'll see if that helps. Okay. So we are just drying this up. So that's good. It doesn't smell bad, so I think we're gonna be okay. Let's hope, right? That's all we can do. Just hope. Just hope everything's okay. This water's still warm, that's good. Give it a little stir. You should always give it a little stir to incorporate all of the extraction throughout. All right. All right. It's a little bit bitter. So do I want to make it finer? I don't know. Let's just try. Who cares? So in order to change the grind setting, I'm going to first start the grind, and then I'm going to adjust it while it's grinding and dispose of that multi-grind size coffee, and then I will start fresh, if this makes sense, okay? So I'm just gonna press in here, start it, and then adjust the grind size here. I think only by 1 notch, maybe 2, we'll see. I'm just gonna do 1 notch, and then I'm gonna let it go a little. And then I'm gonna reach in here and stop it. Ah! Okay. So I basically got rid of any of the old grind size. So now we're at grind size 11 and internal grind size 3. I'm gonna pour this out. I'm going to pour in this shot because I think I'm gonna use it. It's good enough for my liking. This cup is already warmed, so I'm gonna use this. Here we go. Let's pop some grind size 11 in. 8, 9. Perfect. Come on, baby. Come on. You can do it. See, I just adjusted it ever so slightly and it still doesn't want to brew now. Huh. So this is struggling to brew. Huh. So that is way too long of a shot. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take out the quantity a little bit, the dose in, and I'm going to tamp less hard. And we're gonna see what happens. Because I think that is the answer. Grab my knock box. Try it out. All right, I'm gonna go with 16 and just see what happens. I believe this is tamping it for me, so I am not going to add any tamp. I'm just gonna put this little puppy in there and I need a little more. Maybe we'll go with 17. Okay, 17. I think my last one was 18, so. I don't know how they recommend doing 19 to 22 grams. That is too many grams. For this portafilter, I think that is too much. All right, here we go. So it's not tamped down really hard, so we'll see. Let's just feel it. I'm just gonna feel it. Yeah, we'll see. Here we go. Zero it out. And let's pull a shot, baby. Six, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. It's looking good. Much better. Beautiful. All right, we are at 18, 19, 20, 21. This is gonna be perfect. 32, 35, 36, 37. All right, I have 38 in just over 30 seconds. So it's a little bit of a long pull, but I think it might work for me. I think it just might work for me. All right. Wasn't a really clean knockout. Just clean up a little as I go. Whistle while you twerk. All right, now let's steam some milk and make a drink, shall we? So I don't really drink a lot of milk. I reserve my dairy consumption for ice cream only. So here I have this Barista Edition oat milk. It steams pretty nicely. I'm not the best steamer, so if there's any issues here, it's just by the user. I'm gonna be making kind of like a cappuccino vibe. So first I'm gonna start by turning on the steam and letting it kind of get started. It takes a second. Once it's steaming out, turn it off. And then this thing is really cool because it can move wherever you want it. So then I will steam it right here. I kind of just try to like rest it right on the tip and hear that like squealing noise. That's what we want to hear. And you basically just do this until your hand can't hold here anymore because it's too hot. turn it off, and then always have something that I don't have right now, a wet rag in hand so you can wipe it clean right away, like so, and then purge it really quick to get all that milk out of the head. Wow, it actually doesn't look bad. It does not look bad. All right, I'm gonna pour this shot into here. All right, so the milk looks pretty good. I knock it down like this to get rid of any big bubbles. All right, can everyone see this? Yes, we're all good? Here we go. I don't know how to do this, so we will just try. This is my cappuccino. How do we do latte art? Oh. All right, we're just overflowing, really. Look at it, it's beautiful! It's spilling everywhere! Okay, so it's kind of beautiful. I don't really know if that's what it's supposed to look like, but I tried my best. So, let's drink it now, shall we? The moment of truth. I'm not even joking, it's so good. Oh my God. I would drink that I do drink that. Oh, at the end you're supposed to pull a blind shot to clean it out. Wow. So tasty. And look how easy this cleanup is, honestly. Then I'll just take out the drip tray and just like rinse it under the sink, and then we'll be good to go and we'll be all done, and that will be that. I know that took longer than you would want it to take, but once you get the dial down, you're good to go. And you have a perfect cappuccino. Here, I'll show you. You have a flippin' amazing, perfect cappuccino made at home. Look at that. Delicious. So delicious. So delicious. So thank you guys for watching. I am so happy we made our first cappuccino together. Hopefully we'll make many more, and we will make them better and faster. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I post. And I'll see you in my next coffee video. Cheers!